U.S. charity race tonight. Stay tuned. They're doing qualifying at the moment for the first of 3 races tonight. And we hope we can bring you coverage for each of them. But for the time being, we're going to sit back and relax and wait for qualifying to go through. And thereafter, we will meet here and get ready for the race. Folks, yours truly, Ace Petty 43. We're waiting for qualifying to end, so hopefully it's just a few more moments here, and we'll be booted up and ready to go. Thanks for staying with us here. turn the music down here, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Again, yours truly, Ace Petty 43. We're getting set here for the charity event for ENEA versus ARCS tonight. And it sounds like they've just finished qualifying, so we're waiting to catch up with them, and hopefully it's just a few more moments. But I wanted to also take the time and thank you all for tuning in, and we've made some revamps to the Chickenfoot OBS here, so hopefully you like the new music and backgrounds and so forth. We put a lot of work into getting things ready. Also for our upcoming event, the Cluck Clash Triple Crown, you might have heard of it. We'll get into that a little bit later on, in case you haven't. But we are going to kind of turn our attention right now to the task at hand, which is covering this duel between two leagues for a good cause. And it looks like at least some of the proceeds for winnings and so forth tonight are going to St. Jude. And I'm hopeful to get more information on the exact means and ends for the charity aspect of tonight's race. But looking at Twitter, and I invite you to as well, as ENEA, for example, has been tweeting out some cool things and details about the league, so I will defer to them for their details. I've been trying to retweet as many as I can, so you're welcome to go to CFoot Racing and take a look there. But I'm going to check back in the Discord, and hopefully we're getting underway in just a few moments. Thanks again. All right, folks, sounds like we're getting just about ready here for the start, so we're going to get into some pre-race that I have set up for you folks. Hope you enjoy it. All right, and that was our national anthem to kick off our pre-race ceremonies here. We will have a command once we're in the loading screen, so hopefully that's just a few moments. We're waiting on one league, in particular one driver from one league, I should say, to make their way back into the lobby, and subsequently I will join. It's all about timing here. It's they said, we got about 2 minutes, and they said, all right, I'll play the anthem and see if that works, and might need a little bit more time. We're just kind of waiting to see here. So I appreciate your patience. It's all in the work here behind the scenes. And it looks like that's our invite, but I'm waiting on permission to accept it. So we're just a few moments away. The clock is ticking in the lobby, and we're going to be rolling here very soon. Again, qualifying's already done, so we're past the boring part, other than me trying to get this thing going. But we are going to get right into the action, and I believe they're running at Michigan first. And I got the permission to accept. I'm just going to let them know I'm joining now. Let me make sure I can accept in. Oh, I got to sign in as if I didn't before when I booted up my damn Xbox. All right. And while we load in, folks, let's gear it back for our command brought to you by someone I think you might know.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
And there we go, folks. We're loading in. Should be just another couple seconds and we'll be underway here. And it looks like we're starting at Michigan, first things first, for leg number 1 of this 3-piece charity event. It's going to be quite the show. We'll see, based on qualifying, who's up front, who's in the back, and of course, if you're in the back, who needs to make moves. And it's a long way from the start of the first race to the end of the last race. So anything can happen here. Qualifying is not going to be the sole issue here. And it looks like the green is out. And we're rolling here at Michigan. Marshmallow looks like he had the pole position. Let's get mid-pack, though, and see if we can get a good view of this restart, or start, I should say. But we already have a battle for the lead. We got the 48 car riding from the back of his car, looking forward. Already in turn number 4. And we got 1 lap complete. I'm checking to see if we have any audio. It sounds like we might be kind of dead on audio, so we will try to get that in a break in the action. I don't want to really spend the entire race fumbling through settings, so I'll certainly try to see if I can get audio for the game. That is, I trust you can hear me. The bars are moving every time I talk, so I think I'm good. It's more so the game volume. So I apologize for the awkward silence. I'll try to make sure the HDMI audio is hooked up during one of our breaks in the action here. But while they roll around here, let's get to meet the field. Not in any particular order, because we don't have any option to go through the order of the field in order, but we're looking at now Twisted Navy 2269 driving the 20 Toyota. Looks like he started mid to back pack here, but of course this track is fairly wide open, so you're going to see right here cars getting 4 or 5 wide perhaps, and already see cars in the wall. 22 slapped the fence there from contact on the inside. And the 20 car who we were riding on board with, got a little hello wave there from the 95 on the inside, but he's able to keep going and Didn't look like it even knocked a fender. Just some innocent contact there, but it looks like the cars are slowing down. So there must have been a wreck in the back here. That, wow, look at that 43 all crushed in. And we'll wait for the caution here to cycle through. That's the first caution of the night. And when we have a little more break in the action, we'll try to go back and fumble through settings and see where we can get some game audio. And we're back now at a restart here. Only just a couple laps into leg number 1 at Michigan. Marshmurrow is in 3rd spot, heading into turn number 1, trying to see if he can get a spot or two. Maybe at least a spot under the 32 coming off turn 2. Just depends on how much momentum the 32 is going to have on the high side. And it looks like there's some help from a car behind. And we have a lead change, number 96, Marshmurrow. And we'll get a nice little wide shot here. Look at that. Wow, bat out of hell. 96 takes the lead. And you can see the cars all fanned out behind him. Only a few laps in. And we'll try to get any sort of lap update as soon as we can. I like to let the racers kind of sort themselves out a little bit, because I'm sure they don't want a commentator in their ear every lap saying, how many laps are left? How many laps are left? Additionally, we don't have a lap counter. Interesting. I thought they said we were supposed to have one when this game came out. Awkward. All right, so now let's kind of go back through the field. We have ENEA Shotgun driving the, I'm assuming that's the one car, the monster car. And we have Old Tweeter. Wow, that's some interesting capital letters and lowercase letters there. You have to kind of take a moment to read that. Driving the 21 car. And we have Henny 4842 driving the 48 Chevrolet. Looks like he's rolling along here, probably about mid-pack, given that we see a bunch of cars behind him. And, well, actually more front, because we saw the 32 was towards the front, at least at that restart. So it looks like he's having a pretty decent run so far. Lucky Dog. I like that name. Lucky Dog 385 driving the, I think that's the 13 Chevrolet. And we'll look at the chat here. Yes, ENEA Shotgun is streaming. So, yeah, definitely appreciate that info. I'll take a look, see if I get a lap counter here. It's just hard to balance the chat with looking at another screen for lap count. So I appreciate that info. And it looks like you cussed there, but that's all right. Cussing's okay on this channel. So, and then you said the stream is okay. That's the stream. Thank you. All right. So we got some information. We got cussed at, and there we go. We're back to it. So we'll kind of switch through the field. Boss EGO 88 as a new driver we're looking at here. The 95 Toyota. No cussing. I tried to. Oh, okay. So I thought it was spam. Okay. I wasn't mad at you. That's fine. It's a mature broadcast here, so sometimes I kind of get in the heat of it. It just looked like you were cussing, but it's all right. I wasn't like mad at you. I was teasing. I thought you were like, yeah, here's the stream. Damn it. And I was like, wow, okay. Anyway, Twisted Navy here, 2269. We're looking at his 20 Toyota here. And the Nifty Agenda 8894 driving the 22 Ford. then we have the 43 car. It's Crotum. Dr. Bush driving the number 8 Chevrolet. ENEA Lindo is running, looks like all by himself in the back here. Hopefully he's not too lonely, but there's time to get back up front. And then I'm assuming that's Tri-Stand instead of TR1STRAND, but I'll do my best here to try to get the names as best as I can, driving the 32 Ford. Lurk and Tom Gaming, driving the 19 Toyota. ENEA Hound Dog, he ain't nothing but a hound dog, driving the 3. Deplorable Me 44, driving the 14 Ford. I still almost say Chevrolet because how long it was the Chevrolet 14, but that's okay. Getting used to it. Sir Brunson driving the 6. ARCS RTP12. I think that's Ryan Pinnell, I think. That might be easier to say. That's a lot of letters. Driving the 12, by the way. PTH, the GOAT, driving the 18 Toyota. It looks like they're slowing down here, so we'll see if that maybe was a caution or a stage there. And, yeah, correct with Brian Pinnell in the 12. Yeah, that's a lot easier to say, right? I'm trying to get the names. I literally spell out names if I can't read it, so that's why it always sounds really dumb. And I'd rather at least spell it than butcher it. So that's why if I don't really know what it is, I'll just at least spell it for you. So appreciate the info there in the chat. We'll kind of cycle through here to see if we can kind of get everyone introduced. And then we'll get a little bit more into the race as the race progresses. Not that stage 1 is not important, but I want you to know the field, right? Because if I'm giving you the basically, you know, the gist of what's going on at the end, and you're trying to know basically who's running, it makes it more complicated. ENEA Knockout. That's another ENEA guy driving the 17. And then we're back to Marsh. All right. So, folks, it looks like at this point they are in a stage, so we'll try to step aside for just a quick break. And we're going to see if we can get this audio fixed. So I appreciate you all holding for a few moments while I try to get that. The screen might go black because I'm going to kind of switch off here and see if I can find the reason for our issue. So I appreciate your patience. We'll be right back in just a few short moments here. What do you know? I think that did it. You tell me, folks. You hear audio, right? I hear it. I'll give people a few moments to see, but I think we have it. Audio loud and clear. Yeah, buddy. You know what it was, folks? I had to dig through my settings. I apologize for the black screen and everything like that. What happened was HDMI audio was turned off, and the reason why is because when I switched between here, which is my broadcasting system, and and my Xbox, like, playing it. Oh, hell, 96 just got booted into the wall in turn 1. We'll see what happens here. But what happens is when I switch back and forth, I needed to work with my sound bar when I'm playing, and when I'm over here, I need it to be on HDMI. It's an interesting concept, and I need literally a big checklist to go through, because that was just one little thing that, of all the things I remember today, I forgot one. So not bad, but other than that, we're back at it, and hopefully, if the audio's too loud, if you can't hear me, let me know too. Because I have kind of a monitor going, and I can hear a little bit of it, but obviously I can't hear it relative to my speaking voice. So if I sound drowned out, just let me know. And if I sound too loud, let me know. I want to try to get it balanced for you all to enjoy the races as best as possible here. All right, so it looks like we're back up front here, and we can see 43 getting into the one car, and one car shoots up the hill. And as we wait for the stage to conclude here, I'm going to see if I can pull up that other feed that you folks were talking about, ENEA Shotgun. Yeah, I just pulled it up. He's not showing his lap count, so that's not going to help me. But I'll switch back here so I can look at the chat. Nonetheless, we got just a few laps remaining in this stage here. We'll keep it up front here. I mean, that's where the action is anyway. Old Tweeter on the high side at the 21, trying to get a run around the 13. 43 right in tow with the 13 car. And it looks like, according to the chat, they've taken 6 laps to go. Yeah, I appreciate you giving me that lap count. Like mentioned, ENEA Shotgun is not showing his lap count, so that's why when I went to a stream, it wasn't showing. Rock said that he'll be showing his lap count when he crosses the line. That helps. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll try to switch back. I only have so many screens, so if I lose the chat for a while, I apologize. I only have so many screens. I'm doing everything I can to. I'm not the Rick James in Atlanta of the organization. I'm kind of the. I like to say I'm the commentator on the budget. I don't charge for this, by the way. But that's all for the fun, right? And I do what I can. I might miss the end of the stage, or hopefully not the end of the race. I really try to make sure I have that, but it also takes some time to warm up, so I can't see the chat anymore, but I trust you all are understanding as I look here. Yeah, I still don't see a lap count on that stream, so I'm kind of in a box here. But I'm guessing they're coming to around 5 to go. So I'm going to go back to my stream for now, because I'm still not seeing the lap count. And it looks like we have Lucky Dog up front. But he's got a lot of traffic around him. 43 just got by and took the lead. And there should only be a few laps remaining here. I'm trying to get a wide TV view so you can kind of see all the action here, because it's so hard to keep up with one car because they change positions every couple seconds. And I got word on the chat here that it looks like they're coming to 3 laps to go. And so we only have a few laps remaining. And this should be the end of stage 2 that we're looking at here. We did see the end of stage 1, and unfortunately I did not capture who won the stage because I was introducing the field. But we'll try to get better at capturing who wins what. I would trust the leagues are going to post the results on their Discord and website and Twitter. So it's not all is lost. We'll just do the best we can to capture it here. This should be 2 laps to go, if my math is correct. I did take 3 math classes in college. They were the same class 3 times, but nonetheless, back at it here. Coming off of turn number 2. And we'll wait for the... Oh, we see the 19 around back there. I don't know if that's going to throw a caution or not. We'll try to get back there and see what happened. More cars around. That's not a replay. That's more cars going around here. And it looks like they're still rolling. And that might have been a caution that ended the stage early, because they were coming to 1 to go, and as that second spin happened, that looks like that was enough for it to end under caution. And stage 2 has completed, and we'll move on to stage number 3. And one thing I want to bring to you folks, one thing I do have that's pretty exciting now that we have audio, we'll crank it up for the start of stage 3. I know you all missed the sound of the cars for the first 20 minutes as I just blabbed here like an idiot. So I'll bring it to you directly, just cars. Here we go. Crank it down. Oh, hold on. We see some cars going around back there. Wow. It looks like that will bring out the caution here. First one of stage number 3. You can hear me talking in the background there. Yeah, so it looks like there was quite a big spill in the back, and that was enough to bring out the caution here early in stage number 3. And we'll see what the lap count is coming out of this, but I'm guessing it's somewhere around 15 to go, because they just were around 18, 17 before the caution. So we'll wait for the field to cycle through. And while we wait for them to get underway, I do want to switch to a quick message to show you folks something more pertaining to CFoot Racing that I promised I'd get into. It's about the Cluck Clash, but I'll show it to you first. Hey folks, yours truly, Commissioner Ace Petty 43, will be live on location at Charlotte Motor Speedway on track Saturday, June 19th. Follow our Instagram at CFoot Racing to be notified when we go live. So I appreciate you all listening to that there. Basically, to translate, so as you might know, the Cluck Clash is coming up, the Triple Crown. For more information on that, I highly recommend you go to CFootRacing.com or at CFoot Racing on our social media. And it's a 3-part race, kind of like this one, although it goes from Monaco to Indianapolis and ends at Charlotte. We see a couple cars going around here, and that should bring out another caution, looking at the speed of the pack here. And essentially, what we're doing here at Chickenfoot Racing is actually headquarters, Chickenfoot Racing. I'm about 40 minutes from Charlotte Motor Speedway. So I thought, what better way to show off where my event that I'm hosting ends than to actually go and run some laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So I'm really excited. If you don't follow the Chickenfoot Racing Instagram account, again, it's CFoot Racing. I highly recommend you do that because tomorrow morning, somewhere between 9 and 12, I don't know quite when, we're going to go live from the Roval. We won't be doing the Roval for the actual Cluck Clash event, but rather that's the layout they have currently available for running laps, and that's what we'll do. So I'm going to be live on my Instagram running laps around the Roval. So again, follow our social media and get in on that because that's going to be cool to see. It's a nice little teaser for the Cluck Clash, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in the, well, maybe by the next race. We want to kind of get back to this one here. And at the start of this, we already see a car in the grass. And it looks like we're still rolling here up front. And seeing in the chat, looks like it's 13 laps remaining with this green flag here. So we are getting towards the end of stage number 3. Oh, I was issued a correction. It's 9 laps. Sorry about that. So they should be coming to 8 right here. Should be 8 to go if they started with 9. Oh, we already see a car buzzing down pit road. Who was that? Let's see if we can get back there. It was the 20 car. I did see a red blur just going down. It looks like there might have been some contact or something off of turn number 4, and that could be a lengthy stop for the 20 because it looks like he was hauling down there. And obviously, if you're speeding, well, that's not going to be so good for your pit time. So now we should be looking at 7 laps to go here at Michigan. Riding from the back here of the 8 car, Dr. Bush on the inside of the 95. Out of turn number 2 onto the backstretch here. In the draft is a key aspect of tracks like this. And more so now with other tracks too because of the change in the horsepower package. Where, you know, tracks like Charlotte Motor, it looks like the caution might be back out here given the pace. But tracks like Charlotte Motor Speedway, for example, are now a, you know, maybe not wide open, no, just about, but there is a lot more draft, and Michigan's certainly a track that agrees with that, has a lot of draft influence. All right, so caution's out, and we'll wait to see what we have remaining here. Three laps to go, as I got from the Discord here. 3 laps to go in the race, stage number 3. Let's get back up front and take a look at what's going to transpire here in these last 3 laps at Michigan. Lucky Dog right in the middle here of this wad of cars coming off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch, following the 8 car. Looks like he'll probably stay with him here to try to get that run. And they're going to get to the inside of this red, white, and blue car. Looks like that might be the 6. It is the 6. Off of turn number 4. Look at this move. 13's coming. We could stay right here because he might be in the lead in the next couple laps. And speaking of couple, there's 2 laps to go. Lucky Dog pushing the 8 under the 12 with the 6 in tow. Trying to get back up to the front. And if I can kind of squint here, it looks like that might be the 18 car up front. It's hard to see. It's a Toyota, but I can't tell exactly which one. And they're slowing down here, so it looks like a caution is out yet again. So we should be probably ending under caution here for the race, unless they restart it here. I think actually now they will restart it because we only got to 2 to go, not 1. So yeah, it should be overtime. My mistake. The rule book for NASCAR is not in front of me. So yes, it is going to be a restart. They do not end under caution willingly, I should say. They do try to get a race in, but there are times inevitably they do have to end under caution. But in this case, we are going to get a restart. And this is only race 1 of 3, boys and girls. So this is going to be interesting to see. What do we have in front of us for tonight? Green flag is back out. This should be 2 laps to go right here. We'll see if we can try to get with one of the cars up front. Let's get back with Lucky Dog. I mean, this guy was charging before the caution there. And he's right back to it. Right back to, yeah, it was the 18 car out front. Now Lucky Dog is right with the 8 car pushing by. This is what would have happened. Oh, and he got a little contact here from the 18 trying to get by. And they're slowing down and weaving back and forth. And it sounds like the caution might be out again. See, I'm in the minority opinion of races should just end under caution. Because all that's going to happen here is this is going to get just more and more wild. Yes, it's good for the TV. I will admit that. I will admit that my viewership goes up when we have these crazy kind of restarts. But for these drivers, it's just going to be nuts out there. There's going to be less and less room to make a move because people are going to be full send. And the more we go, the more they're going to send it. That's just my take. Overtime part 2. Well said. Well said here. It's actually getting dark here over here in the Carolinas. I'm going to need to find a light here. When I started, I had literally sun in my eyes. And now I'm actually kind of looking around here like I got to turn on a light. Certainly interesting contrast. At least here it's going day to night. Looks pretty daylight from when we started in the race until now. But that's a video. That's different. Right? We know that. All right, so we should be here with 2 laps to go at Michigan. And we'll try to get back up. Where's my go-to? Where are my guys up front? Let's take a look here. Lead battle right here, folks. Best perspective, best seat in the house. You have it. Lucky Dog finally takes the helm. And it should be coming to 1 to go this time. Lucky was back in 4th and 5th when we caught up with him. And sure enough, he's back at it right here. He's back at the top. And we see some cars going around at the white flag. There's 1 lap remaining. We don't know if that's going to end the race early. Lucky Dog, he definitely hopes so. But the other guys are going to see if they can try to make a move here on the backstretch. Best seat right here. Can Lucky Dog make himself wide? 19 car is going to try to get around. I don't think he has any help, though. And off of turn number 4, this should be it right here. Lucky Dog taking race number 1 in the challenge. There you have it, folks. We saw it right here. Saw it live on our little Twitch stream or on YouTube. I know we have some people tuned in there. And folks over on YouTube, if you're commenting, I ran out of screens. I need, if you all can, like, if we could put a GoFundMe together, and if you all could buy me like 5 iPhones so I can watch all my streams, that'd be great. Sarcasm, being facetious, just kidding. But I will be using my Twitch channel for watching the comments because I can only be in one place at a time. So certainly YouTube is an option. I like YouTube. If you want to watch on YouTube and you want to just hang back and relax and you don't feel the need to comment, interact, that's fine. It's a great source. Otherwise, Twitch is a great way to interact. And we got, Rock NASCAR out there, for example. We got T. Lockhart, who's been very helpful and quiet. I got a personal message from letting me know about the audio. So I appreciate you guys trying to help me out. I have, things in my ear. I got screens in front of me. It's a lot to balance, and this is not my profession, as you could probably tell. So we're going to step aside for a few moments. We got to back out of here because they're going to be going into the next lobby, and I'm not racing. So it'll be just a few moments. We're going to step aside. All right, so I was just informed there's about a 5-minute break for the drivers. So, folks, if you need to stretch, grab a beer, whatever you need to do, I'm going to switch back here to kind of our music and just kind of keep it lively. So we'll check back around 8:50 is when they said they're going to be starting race number 2 at Bristol. Thanks for staying with us. By the way, folks, I'm just going to be kind of trivial here as we wait for the start of the second race. I just grabbed myself a cold Sam Adams Boston Lager. Put in the chat what your go-to beer is. Beer drinkers out there, 21 plus, have to emphasize. What's your favorite beer? What's your go-to? I'm drinking a Sam Adams again here, so just let me know. Put it in the chat. right, folks. So they're gearing back up here for race number 2. Again, we're running 3 races tonight, so we'll be starting race number 2 at Bristol in just a few moments. I did talk a little bit about the Cluck Clash, and again, for those who are still not sure what I'm talking about, it's a 3-part race: Monaco, Indianapolis, and Charlotte, similar to the Memorial Day triple header that you normally see pre-COVID. But I want to show you, while we have a few moments, the trailer that I made that introduces you to, well, in a way, the excitement of the event. But I trust you'll find a lot more detailed information on how to watch it and when it is and things like that on CFootRacing.com. Letter C, word foot, racing with a G.com.
This is the Monaco Grand Prix.
76 laps around this extremely difficult circuit.
Wide world of sport. At Indianapolis, the rain has gone. The skies are clearing. The cars, the crews, and the fans are ready to go racing.
Charlotte, North Carolina. It is the epicenter of American stock car racing.
3 tracks, but only 1 champion.
Indianapolis is dangerous.
That's the center pressure.
Trouble front straight away. 3 wide and 2 cars pile hard into the wall.
Even the bravest are not without fear.
It's the biggest single sporting event on earth.
I appreciate you all watching that there. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty cool event. I'm actually going to be in the driver's seat for it. So we'll step aside here for just another few seconds, and I'm going to wait and see if we can get an invite here.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Woo! All right, that's how we do it here, folks. We're getting back started and getting ready to roll here for Bristol. Race number 2 out of 3. Another kickoff there from number 45. I love that clip. I was actually at Daytona in 2020, and so I got to see the Beast, as they call it, the presidential limo. Not far from me. I was in the higher up seats, so it wasn't right in front of me, but I could certainly look down and watch as the President of the United States drove by. Well, rode by. He wasn't driving. He wanted to drive. I did hear that. I did hear the President was like, I would like to drive. It's going to be fantastic. Believe me, we're going to go green flag racing. And there's my Trump impression for you. All right, folks, here we go. Green flag is out at Bristol. And roll rolling right off into first spot is Dr. Bush. And we'll see if we get a good view of all the cars here. Look back. Look at this. Even at a short track, they're all fanned out back there. It's really cool to see the multi-groove aspect of Bristol. I do kind of like the bump and run for the excitement, but for watching the cars, it's really cool to see them fanned out no matter where you go. But, you know, at least on the NASCAR heat, the racing's good. In real life, there's been some bores, even though they can run multiple grooves. But it's good to see Bristol already adding some excitement. I trust we're going to see some bumps and runs here. So we are early on here at Bristol. So folks in the chat, if you want to shout out who you're cheering for, whether it's ARCS or ENEA or a particular driver or Rock NASCAR. I'm cheering for Rock NASCAR. But no, seriously, let me know who you're cheering for. Who's out there that you've seen and you're definitely looking to see them win one of these events. So let me know in the chat. I'm curious because I don't have a favorite. I'm just here to commentate some good racing, and you can already see, ooh, a 6 car has a crushed hood there, and 8 car was able to get around him, so that looked like an obstacle on the race course there. And it looks like they're slowing down, so given that the 6 was already going a lap down, he must have spun and hit somebody. So therefore, the caution is out. ENEA knockout or Dr. Bush winning would be kind of cool. All right. That sounds good. Yeah, now and then I'll chime into the Discord here over on my right, and I can say good luck to your favorite driver. So maybe I will say hello to Dr. Bush and tell him he has a fan, or same with ENEA knockout. Those ENEA boys are stupid fast. Yeah, I've heard that. I did commentate one of their races a couple weeks ago when I filled in for the Rick James. And those guys definitely had some speed. It was, even in the booth, I couldn't keep up with them, you know? Back at it here. We're just going to keep this view because we can see the best perspective of everything going on behind the 8 car. 48 got into the fence, and now he's back in, count the car, 7th or 8th spot. That's definitely not a good restart for him. Boss is actually a former ENEA driver. Okay. That's good to know. I'm not briefed on the history of these leagues, so certainly any fun facts. I trust you folks that watch ENEA races and ARCS races know these guys a little bit better, and maybe not everyone in the audience does know the things you know. So definitely pop some things in the chat. Let people know, because we want to build a community, and a great way to do it is knowing and getting to know the people that are in these races. So certainly a great way to do that. Lucky Dog is a Pro League champion. Yeah, I know that name, Lucky Dog. I know that name, Lucky Dog. I believe I first saw him during the Fast Family tournament last year when they did those league versus league battles. And I believe he was in the race that I commentated with Frozen Toes and J-Mac. I believe Lucky Dog was in there because I think it was a Lucky Dog and Track Par battle. I could be mistaken, but I think that's where I saw Lucky Dog. Or maybe that could have been Fluffy. I'm sorry, I don't really know at this point. That's okay. And now we can see there's been a lead change here. The 8 car goes back into 3rd spot. We'll change the camera view and look at what's happened in front of him here. And the caution comes back out. We can see the 48 car, who we saw not long ago up front. I think that's him about to go a lap down. So clearly he's had some trouble here in the early goings at Bristol. So folks, we did go to a crank it up last time, and I love to bring that into here because it's always amplified at a short track in terms of the noise of these cars. Super loud, and I'm going to bring it to you. Well, that's a fail. It looks like the sound cut out just as we're trying to go to a crank it up. So sound is back out. I saw it sputter and stop, and I'm not sure. It might be trying to make its way back on here, but I think we are experiencing a little lag in the sound connection. So right as I went to a crank it up, I saw it kind of like sputter and stop, and I don't hear anything now. So I apologize about that. Sound is back out. I saw it sputter and stop. Yeah, so we'll try to get the sound fixed again here under one of these stages. But we are rolling along here at Bristol. We'll do our best here under a break to try to fix that sound again. All right, Henny 4842. We saw him at Michigan. Well, we saw all these guys in Michigan, but it's great to see him again. Oh, and we already see a chain reaction here. He got into the 4 car in front of him, and he was able to get himself going there. No harm, no foul. Lucky Dog back out in front. Yeah, Lucky Dog also won the Texas Invitational last week. Oh, yeah, I remember that, because they had the, well, I don't remember him winning, I should say. I remember the Texas tryouts, and I'm not the fastest of the bunch for sure, but I got just at the bottom of the A class last I checked, so I was pretty excited about that. Maybe 100, but nonetheless, the A class, so I'm sure he was a lot higher, Lucky Dog, especially if he won the damn thing, so good to see. Yeah, a lot better racing talent out there, and certainly Lucky Dog is a name that resonates with a lot of people. And it looks like the caution is back out here. All right, so waiting for confirmation, but we should be coming to about 3 laps to go here for stage number 1. I'm going to try to get confirmation. All right, so it looks like that just ended under caution there, and 13, I believe, is the winner of stage number 1. So we did get that, but it did end under caution. They had a quick restart, and there was a caution back there that brought out the issue there and ending the stage. So we're going to step aside. We're going to try to see if we can get that sound back. Stay with us. And we're back at it, and it looks like we weren't able to get sound. I reset the sound settings, and I don't know why it sputtered. It just went out. That's frustrating. It comes back in every couple seconds, like right there, it just sputtered the sound, but it's just not connecting fully. So I don't know. At this point, the sound is on like it's supposed to be, but you can hear it now. It's just really choppy. So we're just not having a good connection to the game. Visual-wise, it looks great, but I can see the sound bars really choppy. So if it's annoying, let me know. I can just turn it off. I know it's weird just to hear me talking, but if the noise is bothering you, just let me know. It just looks like it's can hear it. Like, I can hear it. It's trying. Oh, that's, well, it came back just as we see a whole bunch of wrecks there, and it looked like 5 or 6 cars went around. And just as I say that, the sound went back out. It's a mystery, folks. I'm not sure what's causing the issue. Everything's connected. All systems are go on my side. That's all I can do. HDMI is checked. OBS is running. Everything else is smooth. I can't tell you what's wrong with the sound. I cannot. So, nonetheless, we'll move past that. And if it comes back, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we're under a caution here. This is the beginning of stage number 2. Remember, Lucky Dog won stage number 1 under caution. This reminds me I need to sip my Sam Adams before it goes warm here. And I'm actually using a CFoot Racing koozie. So what I do for my drivers is I order a lot of custom merchandise, as opposed to, Xbox cards are nice and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's more meaningful to have something kind of custom made, right? Whether it's a koozie or we've given out hats in the past. But I have a special made koozie that says CFoot Racing, has our logo and the American flag on the back. And I printed 100 of them. I literally have 100 of these koozies, and I'm only giving out, like, I think 12 for our upcoming event. So if you're interested in a koozie, let me know. Just message me, CFoot Racing or Ace Petty 43, and I'll see if I can maybe try to give a couple of them out there. Maybe on a broadcast, or we'll figure it out. But just let me know if you're interested in getting a chicken foot koozie. They're pretty cool. They're just like those foam ones. I don't have my camera on, so I can't show you right now. But they certainly keep the drink cold and my hand warm. That's what counts, right? And we now see a lead battle here with Lucky Dog 385. Trying to get under the 48. Wow, the 48. Okay, we saw him have a lot of trouble in stage number 1. Remember, we saw him almost going just about a lap down and hitting the wall, and it looks like he's back at it right now. That's good for him. Slowly but surely, it's returning here. I heard a little bit more sound. All right, we can see, let's try to turn the camera around here because we see the 13, the 48, and it looks like the 18 all arguing for the same spot. And these laps go quickly here at Bristol, so there is not a lot of time to play around. And we hear, well, a little more sound back there. Looks like the caution might be back out. Looking here, the field is slowing back down. So stage number 2 off to a decent start, but caution out already. So they'll back them down, and we'll try to get back going here. We're going to change the perspective. We've been up front. We've been following Lucky Dog, and that's definitely a great driver to follow if you want to see what's going on in the lead. But we're going to kind of go back here to the mid to back of the pack and kind of see how the racing's going back here. So we'll wait for the start. And we got Dr. Bush here. He's kind of too up in the front. Oh, he's certainly up in the front. Oh, he's sure as hell up in the front. No, all right. Oh, I just had someone in the back, and then I switched it off. Here we go. We'll look at Marshmallow here. And we're underway here at Bristol. And changing perspectives. We've been up front. We know what that's like. What is it like in the back? Oh, hell, there it is. 19's already in the wall. And 4 car in the wall. It's a lot busier back here. This is where all the action is. I mean, these guys are trying to get back up front. This is a different perspective, right? Other than being in the back and there's dirty air and things like that and there's traffic in your way, these guys have a different agenda. The ones up front are saying, let's run smooth, let's try to keep off each other, we're up front, we're having a good race, top 3 looks good, right? Contrast is people back here are running in, could be 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and they're really trying to make something of this race, and certainly of this stage. And that's why, oh, you saw the 96 just stack up and get into the 11 car, spun them around. Curious to see if that will bring out the caution. And surprisingly not. That's interesting. Surprisingly not. I thought that was for sure going to be one because we saw it live in front of us here. Whoa, you see that one right there? We saw the 1 car going around, and we saw the 95, it looks like, kind of certainly spin sideways, but he was able to keep it going. And look at this contact already. 96 shot up the hill by the 4 behind him. This is crazy back here. This is more entertaining than the front. I like this. This is cool. All right, Marsh, what are we gonna do here, buddy? We got a couple cars around, and we got one in pit road. I don't think that's intended. Oh, we got another car around. 21 tries to get to the right side of him, and 96 on the outside of the 21. Wow, this is where it is, folks. This is where it's at. I need another drink here. Hold on. Oh, it's wonderful. All right, back to it. Let's see if we can switch around to someone else in the back here. Well, we got Nifty Agenda. We haven't seen him too much, so let's just see how he's doing. Let's see his line. He's just putting along here, trying to mind his P's and Q's, and certainly there's more racing left, whether it's at Bristol or whether it's at the next event we have. So either way, I'm sure Nifty's going to find himself in a nifty spot. All right. And it looks like the cars are slowing down, so we finally have a caution. Finally do. I mean, good Lord. These cars have just been all over the place. So let's see if I can get a lap count for you here. All right, so I just got word that was the end of the stage there. And Lucky Dog was able to grab the win. So he's 2 for 2 at Bristol. And we're going to see if we can get a good, clean stage number 3. So again, Lucky Dog did win stage number 2, folks. 1 and 2, I should say. And this is a good view right here from Dr. Bush. Look at this restart. Wow, these guys are all over the place. Already trying to go 3 wide up here. 8 car trying to work his way around the 20. Looks like the 12 got around here a little bit. Got into the 22, sorry. Got into the 43 there. And 43 was able to keep going, but the 22 not so much. And he's about to get muscled for another spot. And he gets a little payback there. 8 car kind of moved him up, and you know what? That didn't look off limits to me. That's just racing. Oh, 20 got loose on the apron, and he goes around. And I don't think that's going to bring one out. I don't know. They're running relatively relaxed cautions. Strict, that I would have seen the caution come out 100 times. So they must be running a relaxed version of the caution, and that's why we are. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, we just saw it right here. 8 car just got in the stack up in front of him, and he just goes right into the wall. That's heavy, heavy, heavy damage. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Poor 8 car. That's going to be quite the long pit stop to get that fixed. And it looks like they're still racing, because up here, look at this 48's full song. Gets another spot here. Gets by the 17. And folks out there, I don't want to jinx it, but I think the sound is back, right? Can I get a thumbs up, or you can hear the sound for the game? It might be sputtering, but I can see my sound bar back up. So if it is thumbs up, let's celebrate, man. We got the sound back, so that's definitely good. That way you don't hear me just like sniffling and drinking beer back here, but you can hear a little more white noise, you know, like if you turn something on so you can go to sleep and you don't hear like outside noise. I'm kind of like that outside noise. You don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear only me. So audio is good on this end. Yeah, thanks, Rock. It looks pretty good. So, like I said, all systems are go. It's just connection now, and I have a pretty strong connection here. Charlotte area has some really good internet connection, but sometimes it just sputters. That's what happens. Nonetheless, back to it here. Looking at Henny 4842, who's had kind of his ups and downs here. He was wrecking all over the place in stage number 1, and then he was up front charging for the lead in stage number 2, and now he's, well, slowing down for the caution. But no, he's actually mid-pack right now, mid to front, counting the cars, what, 6th, 7th, just eyeballing it. He's having a pretty strong stage number 3 here. One thing I want to mention is I like to storytell sometimes when I'm calling these races, is I talk about having a great community and the importance of a great community. And certainly Rock NASCAR, the man here in the chat, who's so helpful with helping keep the stream running smooth and helping me out with audio checks and things like that. And that's the little things, but the big things is he has a big Facebook group and helps a lot of leagues get recognition. So I just want to give a shout out, as always, to Rock NASCAR for all the work he does. He's also been instrumental in the Cluck Clash race I've talked about coming up next week, and you'll see why he plays a part in the Cluck Clash. He's not. I'll give you a hint. He's not driving. I'm not. No offense, Rock, but I'd be curious to see you in an F1 car. Curious, right? That would be interesting. But seriously, folks, Rock puts on a lot of for these races, promotes them, everything like that. And I certainly want to make sure he's recognized. So tune in for the Cluck Clash. In particular, night number 3, you'll see something of a surprise on that. Back to the race. And we're looking at the 8 car here. We'll get back up front because I know we kind of paid homage to the back of the field, and we certainly saw a lot of activity. But we're going to kind of get, well, let's get mid-front here. Then with the 48, who again is kind of running a relatively solid stage thus far. He's in 6th spot, and he's, well, let's see. I thought he was going to get by the 19, that's why I waited for a second, but nope. He might get it right here. And yeah, Cluck Clash, baby, Cluck Clash. Yeah, that's another hint. That's another hint. It's not top secret, but I don't know if everyone knows, and I want to kind of play with that. So, yeah, definitely tune in for the Cluck Clash. That's going to be a great event. There's so many people. I did bring in some cameos. I'll admit that. Larry McReynolds, did a cameo for us and all that, which was great. But I did also want to do one thing that I didn't do in the other events, is bring in the community. When I turned for, I could have paid for grand marshals and things like that, but I said a better way is to bring in the people that make the community so special. And that's why I wanted to turn this Cluck Clash into more of a community event. I think we've done that. A healthy balance, a little bit of celebrity appearances, some fun stuff, some great music, some good racing. Even if you're not racing, join our Discord. If you go to our website, CFootRacing.com, there's an open Discord invite. Pop in there. It assigns you as a fan. You can interact. Well, I should say you can't interact in talking in there, but you can follow us, right? You can follow our social media. You can follow our Cluck Talk, and you can get involved in that way. I do have fans not able to talk in the Discord because then we get really busy with people that we don't really know. Not that we don't like our fans, but we're trying to keep the chat open to drivers so they can communicate about the race and things like that. But certainly, there's an invite out there, literally out there, on our website. Just scroll down to the bottom. There's an open Discord invite. Join in there and see what's new, see what's kicking at CFootRacing.com. Back here at another restart, we see the 8 car on the inside of the 19 and now on the inside of the... I thought maybe the 14, but not quite. Oh, we just saw the 95 tank the wall back out on the racetrack here. And he falls back a couple spots. And this turn's brought to you by Sam Adams Boston Lager. Not really, but I needed a sip. All right, let's switch around here. Henny, we've seen Henny a couple times. Lucky Dog, we saw him at Michigan and a few times at Bristol here, who's the stage 1 and 2 winner. But let's see how he's looking here. I'd say pretty good, right? No cars in front of him. That's a great spot. He's one lucky dog. All right. ENEA Shotgun, who we've seen a time or two. Let's give him some TV time. Let's see how he's rolling here. Looks like he's kind of... Oh, sorry, I hit the mic there. Looks like he is about mid-pack right now. Counting the cars. Looks like he's running about an average race here, but we'll see what happens here in the latter parts. "31 laps remaining. We'll get a better estimate as we go. I know these laps go by real quick, but wow, look at all this action right here. One car. Oh, he spins! That's probably going to bring out a caution, I would think. Big checkup, big spin. Yeah, that does. Oh, wow. That happened right in front of us, folks. Looking at the delayed here, looks like the one got onto the apron, just kind of lost his stuff, and then the 11 car slammed into him. Subsequently, the one car got the outside wall. So, from our instant replay here in front of me, I'm watching the Twitch, and that's how I got my replay here. But we'll wait for the restart. That's more promising. As soon as I saw the soundbar working, I had to show that off, so that's good to see. He was trying to turn his lap counter for you and... Oh, what? On account of me? I'm sorry. I caused the... Look, I caused a caution in the booth here, folks. According to the chat, the driver was trying to turn his lap count on so I could see how many laps are left, and he spilled the beans. Wow. Okay, so... Let this be known, Rock, you might want to put this in the group. This is the first time a commentator has caused a caution that I've ever heard of. Commentator causes the caution. I see it on the headlines tomorrow. That's incredible. And then proceeded to turn it off. Yeah, I'm glad you told me that part because I was about to look over there and say, oh, really? That would have been very disappointing. So after the commentator caution, we're back at it here. Yeah, don't worry about the lap counter. I'll get it in the Discord. I don't want more drivers spilling beans. That wouldn't be good. Riding here with Lucky Dog. He's having a good run, but it's actually the 8 car that's up front now. 96 on the outside of the 13. They make contact. 13 is able to get by. So now that we're within, I'm going to say 25 to go, maybe less. We'll get an estimate in a few moments. Who's your pick now? Maybe not your favorite to win, but who's your pick? Who do you think is winning? Who do you think is winning this race? Certainly the 8 car, the 13 car have been really strong, and the 13 has won both stages. But who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the chat. And speaking of thinking, looks like the 13 is thinking of a move here to the inside, and he gets by. Kind of broke the ankles of the 8 car. The 8 car kind of rattled and rolled and got out of the way. I wonder if he got loose or something, because the 13 got by with ease. I thought that was going to be a side-by-side for a few laps. Yeah, 8 car had some issues there. He is falling back, and now the 18 is in second spot. Seeing it's 15 to go now. These laps are just going to count away real quick here. So now that we're at the end, I'll try to keep the camera up front as much as I can so we don't miss any of the action here. But we're looking at the best seat in the house. We're looking at the leader straight back. This is it, folks. This is the last stage of Bristol. And we have one more race after this. And then we're done for the night. And this charity event will be in the books, but it's certainly been an interesting one. Some ups and downs, both on the racetrack as well as the commentator booth. Certainly exciting times here. $13, next time you read this. Yeah, I think we can pass 13 now, because I know I haven't looked down in a few moments, and these laps go real quick. So we'll try to get an update here, but the 14 is a lap car, and oh, look at this! Look at lap traffic playing a big role here in the closing laps. 13's trying to find a way around. Well, yeah, 18 is now certainly closed in. He's trying to make a move. The 13 had trouble with lap traffic. And now we're going to see quite the battle for the lead here. With just a few laps remaining. Just got word it's 6 laps to go at the line. Bam, there it is, 6 laps to go. And we'll try to keep the count as best we can, but let's see, the 18 is kind of fading back there. As we're now seeing 5 laps to go, trying to keep count. And this is coming to 4 laps to go. Right over the stripe. Some cars around in the back there. 18 is same distance. He fell back after that incident there with the lap traffic. 3 laps remaining. If he's going to close, he's got to do it now. He's running out of laps. Lucky Dog might have the sweep here. 2 laps remaining. Whoa, we saw a lap car around on the banking there. 1 lap to go. This should be the checkered right here, and it looks like it's smooth sailing for the number 13. And he got the job done, winning at Bristol. So we got another winner, Lucky Dog, who now has both wins. He's won both of these things. And I know they're going to probably take a break here. and so will we. So we'll step aside here as we get ready for the final race of the evening. Hey folks, yours truly, Commissioner Ace Petty 43, will be live on location at Charlotte Motor Speedway on track Saturday, June 19th. Follow our Instagram at CFootRacing to be notified when we go live. Folks, thanks for bearing with us out there. We're waiting for the drivers to return from their little break, and we'll be back at it for race number 3 of the night.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All right, folks, we're gearing up here for race number 3, 3 out of 3. And that's exactly what Lucky Dog is trying to go for, is 3 wins in 3 races. So we're loading in right now. We should meet up with the field as they're rolling off for the start here. Turn the music down a little bit so that way we can focus on the task at hand, which is going green and listening to race cars. So for those that have been tuned in the whole time, we really appreciate your patience with everything, and there's a lot of moving parts with these kind of races. We're certainly seeing this one actually move along pretty well compared to most, so I will give them a hand. Management's been very good about setting expectations for keeping drivers on check when it comes to brakes and things like that. And now we're at Las Vegas. green is out, and we're rolling here. We know Vegas is a pretty wide open track, so this is going to be quite the show here, folks. And Lucky Dog out front because he turned the fastest lap at Bristol, evidently. That's one thing to note, folks, is they haven't had qualifying in between, but rather they run off the fastest lap after the first race. And now they're running off the fastest lap after the second race, and so on. And for those that run leagues and run multiple races, you get that. It's basically where you just kind of use the previous race speed for the current one. XR Network says Cluck Clash. Yes, we've been talking about that in here, so appreciate the Cluck Clash shout there. You're welcome to yell Cluck Clash as many times as you'd like. And we're seeing the drivers off of turn number 2 here at Lost Wages, as I like to call it sometimes. You show up with a lot of money and ambition, and you leave it behind. Especially the money. Lost wages. Usually that flight back from Vegas is very sad. That's okay. And we're back at it here on the racetrack. And let's see if we can get an onboard perspective. Lucky Dog. Rocking and rolling. Early on at Las Vegas. Folks, sit back. If you just came back from the break, enjoy this one here. Grab yourself an ice cold beer. I still got my same Sam Adams. I'm pacing myself, but it's still cold. I love Boston Lager. That's my favorite. But they got a lot of different kind of beers. You know, I think they definitely break out like an Oktoberfest, and their summer ale is pretty good. I love the Boston Lager. That's just my go-to. Or as they say up there, Lager. I'm from the north, so I can make fun of that. All right. Now let's take a look through the field. PTH the GOAT. We haven't seen him in a while. We have. Just not from his onboard perspective. Let's take a look at what he's got here. He's running pretty strong at Bristol. Runner-up. And that's where he is right now at Las Vegas. Marshmallow, who I believe is the leader. I said that before with somewhat confidence that the 18 was runner-up, but actually I'm not sure. I didn't see the 18 up here at the very start. Or, sorry, not 18, 96. So I wonder if he's a lap car. But he's running too quick for a moment. He might be the leader. Let's see if we can get confirmation on that. First time the Discord's been completely silent. So I did not get any answer on the leader, but I think it's either the 96 or 18, but of course they're side by side right now. Oh, and they banged doors off of turn number 4. That would have been quite the show there to the line if that was a stage or a race finish. Would have been incredible. What a move, what a run. 96 on the high side. And we'll see where the speed is. Vegas is a track you can kind of hang out there on the high side, really get some momentum. But 18 is definitely trying the alternate route. And the inside does pull a little bit till the middle, but then watch this send-off right here. See how 96 is able to kind of hold it there? And, well, he gives him a little shot. He's got to watch out for that bump on the inside. I know that bump all too well at Las Vegas. I was running a race here a couple weeks ago, and I was running down there just where the 18 was, and the next thing I know, I was upside down. And I said, what the hell happened? And people said, oh, you hit the bump. I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. Nice bump there. Who the fuck paves this track? Anyway, past that, that's why I know there's a bump there. So I hope that no one hits that. But they've been running so low to the ground that so low to the inside. I'm curious as to if that's going to happen. We shall see. We shall see. We'll switch around here a little bit. Let's see if we can get with, there we go, ENEA Knockout. You can see, look at that wad of cars in front of him. This is a great view because you can really see how, it looks like he's running probably mid-pack right now, but you can see the wad of cars out in front, 2, 3 wide. So it's pretty insane up there already in that front pack. And draft is actually a big aspect of this race. Like I've been talking about at the top of the show, is drafting, especially in these new racing packages, is paramount. And you can see that, you know, once you lose a little bit of the lead pack, it's hard to maintain. It looks like the 17, the 22. Hashtag let's do the work. Yeah, let's do it. It's a fair assessment. Oh, and just as I say that, I think he was trying to start a construction job on the infield there. But he's back at it. He lost a couple spots, but he's still rolling along here. And we're looking at the 48 of Henny 4842. Running towards the front, there's only a few cars in front of him. He's, other than that stage 1 at Bristol, he's had a pretty good run. He's been really solid. He's just minding his P's and Q's back here. Old Tweeter. Actually, we see him up front here. Only 3 cars in front of him. Oh! And I jinxed him. Sorry. 21 gets the wall there. Loses quite a few spots. 3, 4, 5 cars, I think, that's a tough break. Well, he was running okay. But it's early on. I'm sure he'll be fine. ENEA Hound Dog. You saw him at Michigan. Haven't seen him much since. He actually was one of the cars that got by the 21 that just tanked the wall. So, of course, he just recently picked up a spot, and he's trying to get another here in stage number 1 at Las Vegas. Well, we already see one car retired here, I'm assuming. Sir Brunson, number 6. Either he's pitting or he's pitting for the rest of the night. I'm guessing he's done for the night. ENEA Lindo rolling along back here in the 4 car. Nifty Agenda. We'll meet again. Kind of mid to back of the pack, looking at the cars here. We'll see if we can get any sort of update on laps left. Stage has concluded, folks. And the GOAT, PTH the GOAT, won the stage. So he was able to steal the show from the number 13. And we're done with stage number 1. Now, we've had some good sound lately, so should we try to crank it up here? I think so. Hey folks, yours truly, Commissioner Ace Petty 43, will be live on location at Charlotte Motor Speedway on track Saturday, June 19th. Follow our Instagram at CFootRacing to be notified when we go live. And we're back at it here, folks. Thanks for tuning in and staying with us here. Let's see where we are here. Let's get back with ENEA shotgun. Looking at cars bouncing off the wall in front of them. Again, we're in stage number 2. Sounds like we had a successful crank it up, so that's pretty exciting stuff. Look at Ryan Pennell here. We haven't seen him much on our screen tonight. So we'll give him some well-deserved TV time. He's been a big help in the Discord, communicating and keeping this event running smoothly. So definitely appreciate his efforts, putting on quite the show. We got the 11 car here, turn V. Saw him around at Bristol. Looks like he's recovered. He's, well, mid-pack. Count the cars. Mid-pack. At least he's not spun around. I guess that's a recovery. Oh, 4-car. Looks like he went down, way down to the inside. He might have spun. Yeah, he's way back there. So I think the 4-car just went around. Curious to see if that'll bring a caution out. Looking at the replay here, it looks like the 4 just kind of got a little bit loose, but also a little help from the 95 pushing his nose down. Looks like it's what happened. Not trying to start fights, but it just looks like 95 got him. It's okay, things happen. Everyone's going for the same racing line. And that's how these things go. Everyone here watching knows that. I'm sure most people that are watching are league racers themselves. So you know that good, hard racing is certainly nothing personal. It's just, that's what happens. Inevitable, as we say. Looking at Jacket, driving number 20 car. And he's maintaining a social distance from the rest of the field. Which might be a good thing. I mean, they've been pretty wild up there, as we just saw. Nothing wrong with that. And also, stage number 3 is the one that counts, so it's nothing to consider. 13 way on the inside here. He's able to take the spot from the 96. Sizing up the lead. Look at that 18 get bigger and bigger on our screen here. This is the lead battle, folks. It's hard to switch away from this camera. This is what we're looking at for possibly the results for stage 2. It's about 2 laps to go. It took a while. I apologize. They're a little busy, so I can't get an instantaneous response. But I heard about 2 laps to go here. Down here's the last lap. Well, I heard there was 2 laps to go, then I heard it was the last lap, and now they're still racing. So this might be the last lap. It's one of the 2. I'm sure I'll get a straight answer here when they hit the line. We can see the 13 is on the inside of the 96. To the line. That looks like the end of the stage because he just fucking catapulted the 96 into the wall. Good Lord, that's how you know it's the end of a stage. You give someone a good hockey check into the corner. That's hilarious. All right, so 18 gets stage number 2. So we've had 2 different stage winners thus far. Total opposite of Bristol. And I think that's inevitable with a track like Las Vegas, because there's so many more racing grooves, there's a lot more drafting, there's a lot more to see than just plain old, run around. And usually the aces come out, no pun intended, when you go to a short track. So as I played there in that little segment before, folks, if you're not following our Instagram, please do so. If you're watching this stream on your television and you have your phone in your hands, there's a barcode. You might see it there. It's a big orange square stuck on the screen. If you hold your camera up to that, it brings up a QR code. It takes you right to our website. And that's where you get a lot of information. From there, in particular, it gives you a link to our Instagram account, CFoot Racing. And we'll be live on that tomorrow at On Track, Charlotte Motor Speedway. So if you want to see some cars going around and all that jazz, definitely tune into CFoot Racing and take a look at that. Still out front. Oh, a little shot from the 96. Moves 13 up the hill. 8 now gets by. It looks a little crazy in the front here, but just look in the back. I trust that's going to be a lot more crazy. On the outside of the 43, hits the wall. There's not a lot of real estate there for him. Poor guy, he's kind of out of the groove there, trying to get back up to speed. He ran out of real estate, trying to make that move on the high side of the 43. And we now see a car all the way down on the inside. That might be the 12. And he's able to get back up in, and doesn't look like he loses too many spots, so that's good news out of being all the way down in the apron there. That's not the worst thing that can happen to you. And speaking of the worst thing, look at all these cars getting 3 or 4 wide. Something's about to happen. Oh, 48's getting some speed now. He's trying to get to the inside. A lot of agendas here. Remember, the 48 just lost some spots. He's trying to get them back. He gets under the 12 also. If that's the 12, that must have been the 22 that kind of washed up before. They look alike. Different colors, but they still look alike. It's interesting. Oh, 11 car kind of moves the 48 down. 48's probably had enough of this. He's been run over twice already. 4 car to the inside. Let's see if Henny's able to make a move here. Let's stick with him. There's some good racing right around here. Tweeter. Switching around now. See if we can find some action on the track. ENEA shotgun. Rolling along here. Front-ish. There's only a couple of cars in front of him. I should say a few. Not a couple. Oh, look at that. 17 gets into him. 1 car saves it. He's able to keep it going. He hit the apron, kind of got a little sideways, but he was able to hold on to it. Quite a move to maintain his spot on the track. Back with the 3 car ENEA Hound Dog. Folks out there in the chat, if you have a favorite driver or some driver you think is just going to win this based on where they are racing right now, let me know. Pop it in the chat. Let's see if your pick is right. We've had 2 different stage winners in Las Vegas, which is the opposite of Bristol. Bristol, we had a clean sweep with Lucky Dog. One thing to note is Lucky Dog has not won the stage, either stage, at Las Vegas. So are we going to see a different winner here? He's won the first two. Interesting. Not sure. And, well, no, there's the 6. Hello, 6. All right, back at it here. We're with the 4 car. ENEA Lindo just traveling around here. Seeing how everyone's doing, but it looks like everyone's motoring along, and a lot of the action has passed. The field is spreading out a little bit. But we'll get back up front in a few moments. I just want to kind of see how people are doing in the back part of the field. Nifty agenda. We've seen a time or two before. Roll along here in the 22. Time gaming, 19. Yeah, we've seen the 19. Count the cars, he's up towards the front. 17 trying to make a move and gets a little bit of his fender. Wow, this stream just jumped there a little bit. Sorry, folks. At least on my screen, it looked like kind of like glitched. Did I have screen lag? I don't think the commentator wrote his screen lag. It's possible. I mean, the commentator did cause a caution at Bristol. Let that be known for folks that might have missed that. I caused a caution. I apologize. Little inside joke, folks. That's okay. Whoa, look at this! We beat up with the 12, spun around on the track, right by the finish line. What happened here? Will this bring out a caution? I'm not sure. Looks like not, because he's trying to get up through his gears. What a turn of events. Interesting to see what happened to the 12. We caught up with him right when he spun around. And now we see the 11 car on the inside. Some spooky stuff going on here. Last part of the Vegas race here. We see 2 cars. We just meet up with them when they're spun around or on the inside wall. Not sure what's happening. But now we see 4 car with the John Deere line all the way on the inside. He gets caught up in that. And he falls back. Lucky Dog. This looks like a lead battle right here. Look at this. Oh, he just knocked on the 18's door off of turn number 4. We'll see if we can get a lap count update. Got the update. Coming to 9 laps to go, and the 18 is the leader. So, folks, this is it right here. Lucky Dog is 1 spot away from sweeping these races. This is the lead battle right here. This is close, folks. Coming around here this time. There will be now 8 laps remaining at Las Vegas. Let's see what Lucky Dog can do. Listening to his engine. Caution is out, folks. Caution is out. It is going to be a restart with just a few laps remaining. Hey, folks. Yours truly, Commissioner Ace Petty 43, will be live on location at Charlotte Motor Speedway on track Saturday, June 19th. Follow our Instagram at CFootRacing to be notified when we go live. All right, folks, we are waiting for the restart now. Turn the volume down here just a little bit. We got to crank it up volume. All right, here we go. See if we can get a to-go count here at the line. Three laps to go. And 18 is back out front. Let's get a wide shot here. They should be coming to 2 to go this time. This is a great view right here. As you can see, Lucky Dog sizing up the 18, trying to get by, but he's got company on the left side of him. Lucky Dog's going to try to see if he can keep the spot there, but barely hangs on. Down the backstretch. This is the lead battle, folks, right here. 18, 13, and 96. 13 car has won the past 2 races. He's trying to sweep them all. And I think, is the caution back out? I think it is. They were just coming to 1 to go, and now they're slowing down. Good Lord, folks, this is going to be a hell of a show. For those that are just tuning in now, good timing. Good timing. Not that before was boring, but now's a great time. We're going to be seeing 2 laps to go when they come out of this. This is going to be quite the show. Folks out there in the chat, what do you think? It's been an 18-13 duel up here. Any pick? Put that car number in there. Do you think it's going to be 18 that wins, or is it going to be the 13 that wins? Or put another number. What do you think? Put it in the chat. Let's see. 2 laps to go. Lost wages. We're on the gas. Here we go. 13 on the outside, 18 on the inside. Into turn number 1. Let's go. Let's see what happens. 13 gets right down to the white line. He's trying to see if he can get any momentum. With this draft we've been talking about all night, yeah, got to go with the 13 sweep. Let's see. They're coming to 1 to go right now, so Lucky Dog does not have a lot of time to make a move here. And now he's got company on the right side of him, so he can't carry that speed off the corner. He's got to chop his car down and stay on the inside, but now he's free to move. Now he's free to move. It looks like he's going to try it here. And no, not quite. This is the best view right here because that camera angle sometimes pans you way out into the back of the grandstands. I don't know why in hell it does. Contact here for second. That's going to interfere with the lead battle here as the 96 is trying to get to the outside. And here we go to the checkered. I think the 18 is going to have the advantage here, but look at second spot, 13 over 96, but 18 overall. Wins Las Vegas. PTH, the GOAT, gets it done and breaks the Lucky Dog streak. So we have Lucky Dog winning 2 races and PTH winning 1, the last one. That was great racing to watch. That was, even in the booth, that was really cool to see. I kind of wish I was in some of these battles, especially at Las Vegas. So that was great, folks. Thanks for tuning in. They're kind of decompressing here and going through that. So I don't know if there's going to be any post-race. I'll stick around and see if they do at least want the winner interviewed. I will meet them halfway. But stick around for a few moments. We'll see if we can speak with anybody to talk about that race because that was quite the show. Stay tuned.
This is the Monaco Grand Prix.
76 laps around this extremely difficult circuit.
tracks, but only one champion.
Indianapolis is dangerous.
That's the center pressure.
Trouble front straight away. 3 wide and 2 cars pile hard into the wall.
Even the bravest are not without fear.
It's the biggest single sporting event on earth.
This
I think that's it for us tonight, folks. So thanks for tuning in. And as always, go check it. We'll see you.